All right, everybody, it's Sams again from Data Science Nigeria, Calabar. We are actually going to be introducing Python in this particular video. Most times when people hear Python, the first thing that comes to their mind is actually that Python is some sort of big snake somewhere. Yes, it's actually true, but for what we are going to be doing, Python is not a snake. Python is actually a programming language. For those of us that are not programmers or computer science people, a programming language is a set of instructions that is given to the computer using a particular format so that the system can understand and take these instructions and do certain things with them. So Python is a very powerful language. There are so many things that can be done with the Python programming language. Python programming language can be used for web development. They have libraries called Django. You can actually develop GUI applications with them. When we mean GUI applications, we're talking about graphical user interface applications, like applications that you can actually interact with them using your mouse. Like if I have some if you look at my screen and you look at my mouse cursor, we have have brackets, Visual Studio Code, and all these stuffs. You can build them, and someone actually gets to interact with them using um, 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 a mouse. Okay, it's graphical. It's not more like what we'll call a command line. All right, so Python can be used to design most of those programs. It can be used to build most of those things. So uh, Python is also used as I said in the introducing video. Python can be used for designing for data science, data analysis. It can be used for machine learning. It can be used for artificial intelligence. It can be used for even writing programs into small microprocessors and all those things. It's a versatile language. It's a powerful language, and you don't get to lose anything by being a Pythonista. And for those of us that write Python code, we are called Pythonistas. So by the end of this series, you will also become a Pythonista like myself. So Python actually is a programming language, as I've said, and we're going to start with how to install Python. Okay, you need something that stands in. When you're writing or you're instructing the computer system to do one thing or the other, you are going to do this in a language that the computer needs to understand. Okay, so the language that stands in between to do whatever you want it to do, okay, is actually, there are many languages out there, but for the purpose of this training, Python is that language. Now your system does not automatically know Python. You have to install Python. That is, you're trying to tell the system that I want to work with Python. I want to use Python to write my instructions. I want to tell the system what to do by using Python. It's like I'm telling someone I want to use my language to write a book. Okay, so you have to install it. You need to let the person know that you're using, this is the language that you want to use. Now we have three particular operating systems that most computer users have. The first one is Windows operating system, which is very popular. We have the Mac operating system, or Macintosh, which comes with most Apple products. We have Linux operating system. I happen to be one of those people that love the Linux operating system, and I've been using the Linux operating system since 2017. I have used it very well, and it's just one of the best. So at the moment, I'm going to be showing you how to install Python. Okay, so what you will need internet connection to install Python. For me, as a Linux user, my operating system automatically installs Python 2.7 for me. So whenever you install any Linux operating system, it comes with Python 2.7 installed or Python 2 plus installed on it. Any Python version 2 will be installed on that particular Linux operating system. For Mac operating system is also the same thing, but for Windows operating system it's not the same. You have to install Python explicitly. Now, why we have these things installed for um, um, Linux and Mac is because um, the terminal, okay, what you will call your command line on Windows is called terminal in Linux and Mac OS. So there are some special programs that you would want to run, and they are written in Python. And if Python is not installed on those particular operating systems, then most of those programs will not work. Okay, so that's why you have it. Now, if you want to check for on a system or on a particular operating system that you're using, if Python has been installed, you can head over to the terminal. That's for Linux and Mac users. You can see my terminal has just come up, and for those of us that are Linux users, you will understand this. Those of us that are Mac users, you will understand this. But for a Windows user, you have to press your Windows key plus R, and you will have something come up which is called run. You just type CMD, okay, and when you type CMD and you press enter, it will give you the command line. But for we Linux users, this is what we will get. Now, if you want to find out if Python has been installed, you just type Python, and you do this, and you do version, and you press enter. Now, what you will see on my own system, if you look at this, I have Python 3.7.4. now this is because I have already installed Python 3 on my operating system, okay. But on a normal basis, if I should you at some point, you can always, when you type it in at first, when you have not installed Python 3, you will have it come out as Python 2.7. okay. So if you do this on any operating system, I think the syntax for the Windows user will be Python, and you will do this, and it will give you that, okay. But for me, it's not actually what I should have, so I'll do a Control plus C, and that will interrupt it. Okay, so that's actually that. I'd like to clear this. It's not clearing. What could be the problem? Alright, so I actually cleared that. So what you need is internet connection. Now, once you have internet connection, you go to your browser. And when you go to your browser, you open to www. You can search through Google, or you can use another means to find Python and download Python. Okay, so my browser has come up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to. So what you actually need, you need internet connection. So you can just go to google.com, okay, because most of us know how to search from there. So you just say Python download, okay. So once you say Python download, it will give you some options. So you go to www.python.org. all right. Now, once you get to python.org, all right, internet connection over here is kind of slow. I was expecting it to give me something faster. Let it just come up. So you get to www.python.org. It will take you to the download section, and you will you select the operating system that you are using, and then from there you can actually install the Python. Okay, it's quite easy to install. Like now, it says download the latest version of Python. You can download for Windows, you can download for Linux, you can download for Mac. Alright, so you download the latest version. I'm not going to download because I've already downloaded the latest version, and I'm using Python 3.7, although this is Python 3.8.1. But right now, I'm still very comfortable with my Python 3.7. So you download and you install. Okay, so I just want to use one stone to kill two birds here. I'm going to be using Visual Studio Code for the rest of the training. Okay, so I'd like you to head over to you can also check Visual Visual Studio Code. Okay, you can just add download to it so that it takes you straight away. You just go over to Visual Studio Code. I already have mine installed. I just want to show you where you can get these things just in case you've not been able to access things like that. So once you get to Visual Studio Code, I'll close this. You'll be able to download for either Mac, Linux, or Windows. You follow the instructions that you have there and you install them. All right. So after that, we head over to writing our first Python program. So that will be all for now. I'm having some network problems right now. It's giving me some issues. I have to fix my network issues. So that will be that. So you download Visual Studio Code and you install it. For those of you that are Windows users, Mac users, or Linux users, just download them, install, and from the next video we are going to start writing. Okay, so see you guys in the next video. Once again, don't forget to subscribe to DSN-CALABAR and get the latest videos on Python, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and a whole lot of things that we're going to be giving to you. See you in the next video as we begin to write Python code.